Admit na ako ni... Admit. Okay, how about in contracts? Obligation arises from contracts. You can give example. Since, di ba, you have, my assignment to you was to advance read. Yeah. So, what are those? Or we can give an example as to contracts or obligation arising from contracts. Anybody? None? So, the example sa reference na kung gihatag sa inyo is that contract of sale. Sale ha? Contract of sale, S-A-L-E, not S-E-L-L. Take note. That is two different contracts. For a while, I'm catching my breath. So, in contract of sale, we have the what? Do we have the four elements that should be present? First one, who is the creditor here? Who is the creditor? Or who is the active? Who is the active? Who is the passive? Who is the active?
The active is the buyer, ma'am.
The buyer, ma'am.
Buyer is the active.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Why? Why is the buyer the active? Full answer lang good. He or the buyer has the power to demand, sort of like that. Diba? So who is the active subject here?
The buyer.
The buyer, ma'am.
Ang
buyer. The
Yes,
buyer
ma'am.
or the seller?
The buyer, ma'am. The buyer.
Why the buyer? Because
He or she is the one who have a right.
the right to example, wala pa no, kamulo pa siya og transfer. So, the buyer here has the power to demand the prestation. Example, but the subject, the seller, who is bound to perform the prestation. So the prestation here is the land or the delivery of the land. Okay? So the seller here who is bound to deliver the land free from encumbrance, free from alienation. Of course, it should be stipulated in the contract of sale that the land itself is clean. What do you mean by clean? Free from encumbrance. Wala na prenda, firstly. Nangalan siya sa seller, of course. Diba?
with complete title.
Wala siya na other names, wala siya na hatag or na half of the parcel of land was donated or something. It should be that the land or the title itself is clean. Okay, the fourth one is the legal tie. The legal tie here is what? The contract. No? The obligation itself arises from the contract of sale or contract of sale. Is that clear? May baon na niyo unsaon pag-identify. So let's now go on to the quasi-contract. What is a quasi-contract, class? I told you to open your notes or your... So a quasi-contract, what is a quasi-contract? first, we discuss first what is a
Quasi-contract?
contract. A contract is a meeting of minds between two persons whereby one binds himself with respect to the other. That is a contract. There should be important um, words here. There should be a meeting of the minds, or shall we say, agreement to both of the parties. Huh? That should be present. If there is no meeting of the mind, why enter into a contract, right? That shouldn't be. Unless, of course, if the contract was entered with threat, so that is another story. Una nag-sign ka because the other party was threatening you. We'll go to that question later. So a quasi-contract refers to a lawful, voluntary, and unilateral act based on the maxim that no one shall unjustly enrich himself at the expense of another. Okay, somebody in BSO A3B answered me correctly. So how about in this section? What you meant by no one shall unjustly enrich himself at the expense of another? No one shall unjustly enrich himself at the expense of another. What do you meant by that? That is a quasi-contract.
No one would be paid by the expense of other person, ma'am, because
Hey, wait. Sorry, my speaker is very, no. Hey, again, can you answer it again? Mr. Cantor?
can you repeat the question?
The statement, no one shall unjustly enrich himself at the expense of another. Example is a contract. This is a no-no, di pwede. Anyway, in a certain contract, both of the parties should be what? Should have gained, no? The first party and the second party should gain when entering a contract. Mo magid na. Why should you enter into contract, right? The contract of sale, ang nagpalit, although mawalaan siya og kwarta, but he will definitely own the land, right? And the seller, of course, although mawalaan siya og yuta or a parcel of land, he will gain the money, right? So there is this win-win situation. In this quasi-contract, in the statements that I have mentioned, it should not be that the other one gained from something, but the other one lost something. There should be a win-win situation. Okay? Both of the parties should gain on something in entering into a contract. Okay? Is that clear? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The common forms of a quasi-contract is the payment by mistake, which is the solutio indebiti. Then the second one is the negotorium gesture. Yes, ma'am. It is where it takes place when a person, without the consent of the owner, assumes the management of the abandoned business. So in this 1 and 2, this is an example of a quasi-contract. Why quasi, ma'am? There should no contract at the first place. Diba? Nag-contract na lang sila because of this incident. Okay? Wala unta ni. But because of payment, example, payment by mistake, that is the reason why they entered into a contract. Okay? And for this negotiatorium gesture, there should no contract at the first place. But because of the second party, bali, nasayop siya, or not sayop, but without the consent of the owner of the business, he tried to, what? Assumes the management without asking permission or without the authority. Okay, that is an example of the negotiatorium gesture. So, ni-enter na lang sila contract. Why do they enter into contract? Probably because in order for payment, di ba? Bayad din siya dapat. katong sa negatoryong gesture, or for example katong nagbayad by mistake. Okay. So what is this civil obligation arising from criminal offenses are governed? So take note of it, class, that all criminal cases or all those criminal liable are civilly liable also. Okay? So once you are criminally liable, soon enough you will also be civilly liable. So ma'am, unsa nang criminal, unsa nang civil? So what are those criminal offenses? Those criminal offenses includes what? Fraud, murder, robbery, what else?
Assault. Assault.
Assault. Is assault criminal liability?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So an example, how about in civil obligations? Most of the civil liability are those damages. No? That is the very common example in civil obligations. So once you are criminally liable, example for this is that when your driver, under contract pa siya, then during his or her duty, he drove a truck panel, nakaligi siya. No? So, question there, who is liable? Is it the driver, the drunk driver, the owner of the establishment? Since
The owner.
Both, ma'am. Both, ma'am.
them.
Both, ma'am. Pwede liable ang driver o kuan kay employed pa siya sa company, ma'am.
Yes, he is employed and during sa iyang
Duty hours.
duty hours. Okay? So in that case, the drunk driver is liable for criminal offenses. Okay? Then how about the owner of the business? He is responsible also. No?
Yes, ma'am. Kay iyahaman ang vehicle nga gigamit, ma'am. Tas
Yes.
iyaha po empleyado
Like
ang nakasala, ma'am.
Yes, then sa kwan siya, no? The owner has the authority or jurisdiction over the driver. He should have oriented well or oversee all the activities of his or her driver, right? Okay. Now let's go now to quasi-dilect. This is the fourth one, right? Obligation arises from this fourth, kaupat. The quasi-dilect or the culpa aquiliana. So, is any act or omission which causes damage to another, there being the fault or negligence, and there being no pre-existing contract relation between the parties. So, this is why we call this as a quasi. There should no contract, supposedly, but because of the incident happened, nagkakontrata. So, example, when a waiter negligently, so the important keyword here in quasi-dilect is there should be what? Negligence on the part of the offender. Ha? That should be proved nga. Nagdanghag ang paglihok. Wala siya nagtrabaho diligently. So, on the part of that accused, di bale, he should what? Aminon lugar niya nga nagdanghag ko, yes. So, he should what? He should prove himself that he worked with diligence. Okay? But on the part of the aggrieved, he should prove that the waiter is or was working negligently. Nasabtan ninyo, both parties? So, dinanghag, ang pikas po, gitarong niyang trabaho. diligently as a good father of a family. So that is very common, class. Ang word nga diligently as a good father of the family. Why is it a good father of the family ang ginabrought up? Because when we say father, is
He
our
pro-
father diligent?
He provides everything
So,
that
mura
the
siya
family
gi-prepare.
needs.
Di bali, di ba? So, there. So, the following are some who may be liable for damages arising for quasi-dile. Okay. So, you can read it over. So, we have, let's proceed now to the nature and effect of obligation. So, the following are the rights available to the creditor. What are the rights available to the creditor? And then obligation to give. Napata sa to give, class, ah. So, indeterminate thing. Diba? You have answered this last week as to the determinate thing and generic thing. Am I right? Have you answered this as your seat work? Yes, no, wala?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay. So, what are those determinate things? When we say determinate thing, that thing or the prestation of the contract, for example, you are there to deliver a certain ball pen, no? Certain ball pen. When that is the prestation of the contract, bali mo na siyang subject matter. The red ball pen who owned by your late lola, so specific na, right? Or determinate thing na siya. There is no other ball pen like that. Mo na siya ang imong pagka-determine nga. That is a specific thing. Sample, isog kit sa to, no? Sample kani siya, gipamana ni sa akong lola sa ako. So this is the prestation of the obligation. So, in a contract of sale, okay, ako ning ibaligya. So, this specific or determinate thing, this should be delivered. It cannot be changed at all. Okay? Since it is specific. Okay? What if there is another one, another ball pen? Same, pareho kita nan. So, can that be served as substitute? If ever the debtor have misplaced this ball pen? Answer. Answer.
I think,
cannot
ma'am,
be.
no.
No,
Okay?
ma'am.
That cannot be
No,
because
ma'am.
we are talking about specific. This is a specific item. Okay? Unless, diba? When the object of prestation is a generic thing that can be. Diba? But if specific thing, you are obliged to deliver this thing which gipamana sa imo si lola. Example. Okay? So, to compel specific performance. Okay. To recover damages in case of breach. So, what is this in case of breach? In case na misplaced na ako ni, that is the reason why I cannot deliver you this specific thing. So, what will happen? The creditor has the right to sue me. Kaya ako maning nawala. Okay? Because this is specific thing. Okay? This is breach of contract. Anong breach of contract? Why breach of contract? Can't hear you. Wants to answer. There is a breach of contract already, right? Because ang object of prestation nawala na. Okay? Third, and of course, the creditor is what? The creditor may ask for the damages caused. Okay. Third, acquires personal right to the fruits of the thing from the time the obligation to deliver arises. Ano sa'yo pasabot? From the time the obligation arises, bale, the creditor has the right over the thing. Okay? Over the thing. So, this is important. From the time the obligation to deliver arises. For example, wala pa nimo na-deliver. Ako lugar debtor. Wala pa na ako ning-deliver sa creditor. So, from the time nag-start ng obligation, what? I have, or the creditor nagahulat sa delivery has the right over this already. Okay? Kaya nagsugod naman ang obligation. Nagsugod na inyong kontrata to deliver a certain item on the specific date. Okay? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Acquires real right over the thing once the thing has been delivered to him. That is very true. For example, hatod na nako ni. Okay? So, the creditor acquires the real right. Iyan na gid ni siya. Okay? So, the fifth one, rights over the accessories and accessions. When we say accessories, katong mga, for example, wala ni siya taklob. Example ha, accessories is this one. So, this is a part of the delivery. Okay? Example, in a motorcycle, specific motorcycle, you cannot just hubuan nimo na siya tanan, kuan mo mga accessories. Kung saan pa mampudnan nimo, di ba? So, if nagsabot mo nga with the accessories, that should be delivered also. Okay? It is a part. Bali, part siya sa inyong kontrata. Unless, of course, remember class, there is an exception to the exception. Or there is an exception over the rule. So, except, if it is stipulated in your contract that accessories will not be included in delivery. So, that is very clear, right? So, that is the exception. So, if it is a generic thing, what will happen? The creditor may to ask for performance or to ask for the delivery of the thing. So, naanata class sa generic thing. For example, mawala na ko ni bisag sa ako pa ning lola. Wala man na-specify sa contract. Nawala na akong certain prestation. I can always buy something kabukas
Para ma-replace
anis
ma'am.
na akong ibayad sa imo. Okay? Since we are talking of a generic thing, not a specific thing. Okay. Second one is to ask that the obligation be complied with the expense of the debtor. So, example, of course, if mawala na ko ni because of my what? Sa akong pagkatanga, sa akong negligence, so what will happen? When I buy a certain item, ako na magbayad. Dili na ni siya add-on sa inyong mga kasabutan. Okay? At my expense, at the debtor expense already. Okay. I hope that's clear. I hope that's clear, class. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Basa mo in advance. Are you sure?
Gasunod lang mi sa imo, ma'am.
No. Previous.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Up to 10 lang.
Are you
page.
sure, ha? Let's go now to the obligation to give a determinate thing. So, in this A, we are talking about the debtor already. We are done with the creditor. Now, here is the obligation of a passive subject, which is the debtor. So, obligation to give a determinate thing. So, determinate thing na punta. Balik ta. To deliver the thing which is obliged himself to give. So, as my example a while ago, katong specific thing, so I am liable for the mistake, for like, ako ning nawala, no? Liable ko. Okay. To take care of the thing with the proper diligence of a good father of a family. For example, this is the item of the prestation, no? Specific. Na, since napasa ako, I am what? Liable. If I will what? Accidentally, negligently, ako ning mawala or maputol or anything that will happen to this item. It's supposedly wala pa gani nag-deliver, you should have what? Given time to take good care of the item, or which is the prestation. Okay? Until such time nga mahatag na gid nimo. Okay? Since this is a specific thing. Again, walay pwede mo puli ani. Okay? This is the object of the prestation. So, to deliver all the accessories and accessions. To pay damages in case of breach of obligation. In case of breach, again, what is breach? What is breach of obligation or breach of contract? What is breach, by the way, class? Kanang reason for something na like wala siya sa kontrata in which that is not allowed. If everything it is stipulated there, ang wala diha, that is already considered as the breach of contract. And kung kinsay nakahimo ang breach of contract, he will be liable to damages or nullification of the contract. Pwede na siya mawala. Okay. So, we'll go now to obligations to do. So, to do ta, klasa, we are done with the delivery or to do, to give. Obligations to do. When we say to do, unsa man na siyang to do, class? It is a performance, right? For you to perform on something. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So, obligations to do. If the debtor fails to do what he is obliged to do, it will be done at his expense. So, example, in your contract, no? Dili ka kabayad sa imong utang. That is why we entered into another contract. So, the creditor there, of course, there is a meeting of the minds. In order for you to pay the certain utang of yours, you should serve for 30 days. You should serve the creditor for 30 days as alalay butanta or a certain task that be given to you. So for example, maka-absent ka for a week, what will happen? For some reasons, of course, what will happen? At your expense or the debtor's expense, since ikaw man ang naka-breach sa contract, ikaw na magbayad na. Bali, then you will be the losing point because of the 1 week na wala ka nakatunga. Okay. For example, it is clearly stipulated in your contract that for 1 month that you will be serving me, libre akong pliti sa imo. Sige na lang kabuutan kasi creditor, no? So what will happen? Nag-absent ko for a week. So, that is not the obligation of the creditor already to give you the fare that stipulated in your contract. So, kinsay ga maglisod ani, of course the debtor, at his expense, he will pay for the fare although it is being stipulated. Okay, kay siya may miguba. Okay, so if the work is done in contravention of the tenor of obligation, it will be redone at the debtor's expense. Example, sa inyong kontrata, gipahimo ka og bangko. Okay, as payment, no? As payment to the utang. Sige. Pag-abot sa delivery date, naghatod kag bangko, but it is far beyond as to the prestation. Wali dili man ni mao, di man ni mao atong gisabutan, di ba? Naamon ta ni sandiganan o share. Example. So what will happen? The item of prestation should be redone. Of course, again, at the expense of the debtor. Okay? O balit na sad siya siguro mabangko or siguro ang iyang katason dili mao. So of course, magpalit na sad kag another materials. Diba? At the expense of the debtor. Sayop man niya. Third one, if the work is poorly done, of course, kinsa ba mo sugutan na class, diba? If the item is poorly Dili mayong pagkabuhat. Siguro iyang gibarato ang materials. It should be redone at the debtor's expense. Okay. We get it? Okay. So we are now in the sources of liability. So this is the sheet work that I have given you earlier. The sources of liability for damages of a party in an obligation. Di ba? So, have you given your examples there? Nabuhat niyo wala?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure? So, what is this fraud? What is this fraud?
It is a, for me, ma'am, fraud is a force of dishonesty to trick someone as an advantage to his or her side. What siya mo sa answer?
Okay, so fraud. We have the dolo incidente or the incidental fraud. Is there such thing as incidental? So, fraud incident to performance of an obligation. In fraud, there is an intent to evade the normal fulfillment of the obligation and to cause damage. So that is dolo incidente. Bali, when you entered into obligation, there is already an intent to defraud the other parties. Okay? Anong kailangan man nato mangilad, no? So that is fraud. That is a criminal act, by the way. Pag-appeal pa lang ninyo, pagsulod pa lang ninyo siguro sa kontrata, or there is something uy, paginan siya ko ani, ako sa ning danihon or what? Ako sa ning ilaron. So, at the start, the contract is null and void already. What is null and void? Sayop na daan, di ba? Kay the other parties, sa iyang una-una, is to what? Is to deceive to deceive the other party. Okay? So, that is dolo incidente. So, number 2 is, under fraud is the dolo causante. Or when fraud used to induce a person to agree to a contract. Okay. So, giunsa man ni siya class. Induce a person to agree to a contract. For example, gidugangan niya og mga flowering something para lang mapasugot ang other party. Such as what? O sige, you buy this land. Kani siya akong land nga ibaligya sa imo na ani sapa. Okay. So, since you are the buyer and you are very much willing to buy with a lake na parcel of land, nag-appeal mo sa kontrata in which wala di ay. Okay, so that is idolo causante. Okay? Nangilad ka. Okay. And of course, this fraud, this dolo causante, is a ground for what? Annulment of the contract. Plus, of course, damages. So, beware, ha? Beware good. And of course, if nailad mo class, if kamu lugar niyang nailad, you have a ground for what? You can or you may annul the contract and you can sue for damages the other party. Okay. Negligence, number 2. Negligence referred here in the case of contract. Example, common carrier or the culpa contractual. This is an example, katugan ng drunk driver. This is the best example. So, it is a culpa contractual. The worker is under contract. So, which, due to his carelessness, kamulo sa office hours, so working hours niya, with carelessness, iyang na or nationalizan. So, this is negligence. This is the negligence which we are talking about, the culpa contractual. Consists in the omission of the diligence which is required by the nature of obligation and corresponds with the circumstances of a person or the time and of place. So this is culpa contractual. the lack of diligence, or there is a carelessness on the part um, of the other party. So kindly read first for a while the application of law. Okay? You follow? You have this right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, kindly read. Then I'll ask you if what is your, in your own opinion, what is your legal opinion? 5 minutes. You read, ha? I'll drink water first.
Oh, for mine.
Wala na sa